Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast. I just want to inform you guys, we found White Doug.
Yes, sir. Yes, you did.
We found White Doug.
Yes, you did. We'll fire it off right, I guess.
This one is going to be a little different. Mm-hmm. We are all back from Whiskey City. I've got a couple guys actually in my house. We've got Twisted Tea and Wild Skiles of Old Bub's podcast in here with us. Steven is not able to be here, but he will be over the phone, fucking with George a little bit, and I think George will be.
Here we go, the bearded wonder.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Don't worry, Steven, we're following up for you, bud.
But yeah, we found White Doug. White Doug showed up Saturday.
Was he broker than a tooth fairy at
a meth house? Yeah. Yes, he was. We are enjoying some nice cold ultras for beverages.
Yeah, no, these are Michelob the last I checked, and they are ultra good.
Ultra premium,
what do you think,
in my opinion.
Oh, I'm going to tell you right now.
You White Doug or Black Doug?
I'll be White Doug.
Today. You White Doug today?
Yeah, I'll be White Doug.
You still signing boobs and kissing babies? Or?
Well, once I got my mattress back, I went to bed. I'll be honest with you.
So we're just going to hit it off.
Let her rip, Tater Chip.
Let her rip.
Yep.
Whiskey City, guys, we hit on it right after the show. Did a podcast at between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. This thing was all we made it out to be, and I think you guys will agree with it as well. George got to run Saturday night. He drew Heat 4 in the Super Stock. If anybody listens to the Old Buds podcast, he did say if he was to win this thing, he was getting white girl wasted.
I think he just got white girl wasted. I mean,
look, I forgot to send out an SOS message, okay?
I want to thank Kelly Hewer right now for finding Doug.
No, I want to thank Kelly Hewer, too, for...
He didn't even know how to spell his name when he
Look, I had no idea that there was so much love.
He says, let's go get a pizza
in the Derby world,
Hoppers.
Okay? I mean, I had people walking up to me, like I was walking in with my helmet and my jacket the next day, and I had people I have never fucking met in my entire life. Okay, they're asking me...
You good, bro? You good?
Yeah. I'm like... I mean, who are you, bud? And they're like, well, no, bud, you got APB out on you? And I heard you were missing and shit. I'm like, dude, so, I mean, there must have been some shit that went down.
Well, when we left and you said, let's go to Hoppers, and it's called Hoopers.
It's called
Hoppers and get us the beer, bud.
It's all that silly nonsense, bud. I mean, hell...
It's that Illinois shit.
Well,
bud, there was a guy getting curb stomped, someone getting shot. I mean, don't go down the alleyway.
Dude, I seen the ambulance. I was drinking beer. I was like, I didn't go outside. No, that's the thing. I had no idea that all this fuckery went on while I was MIA, bud. Like, I had no idea. Like, trust me, whenever I came back the next day, I got people in the parking lot I've never met in my whole life.
Would you like to inform all these fine folks what you were doing?
Well,
now keep it PG.
Let's just say that I had somebody take a road trip. Well, I didn't have somebody. It showed up. Okay? Let me clarify.
There was no invitation.
No, like, I mean, it showed up, and I just so happened to be at Hops or Hoops or whatever the fuck it is. And, you know, it's like 2 in the morning, and, I mean, a guy starts thinking with the other head whenever he gets that message, like, yeah, sure, you're in town. 5 hours away, bullshit. 5 minutes later, there she be, boy.
She's at Hoppers.
I said, yep. Well, I'm going, guys. Tab me out. I'm out of here.
Friday night, I did not, like I said earlier, I did not get to partake in any of the extracurricular activities.
You missed out on Big
I know.
That was Thursday.
I know.
Buzz was in the house.
So Friday, I got done. I had a pounding headache. Everybody's like, "Are you going?" I said, "No, I'm going to the hotel room. I'm taking a shower."
Like antifreeze?
Oh, dude.
Oh,
fuck. It was horrible. So we get up the next morning, get some breakfast. My counterpart, Steven, he comes through the room and he's like, "Have you seen George?" I said, "Well, I saw George at 9 o'clock last night." He said he was really wanting some water. We all have conversed that they shut all the beverage intake down for the night. And I said, "Dude, I have nothing in here." He's like, "Well, I got cotton mouth like a motherfucker," was his exact words. I said, we can try to find you something. And Steven said, somebody has seen him since then. I said, okay. So the next that morning, we're talking, shooting some text messages, and we go get set up down in the booth next to the raffle car. Mm-hmm. And we're getting merchandise and stuff set up, and here you come.
Like nobody, like this one. If anybody felt bad, I felt the worst because I was at Hoopers or Hoppers, whatever we called it.
Yeah,
I mean, this is where I'll come to the story a little bit. I left him over at Hoops because he said he was coming right over about 10 minutes, and I said, "Cool."
Old bud.
He's drinking a beer with Jason Brzezinski. That was the last go-go that I seen him. And we woke up next morning, and Tommy's like, "Well, where's George?" And I was like, "He's over, not there. He's not in the room."
Yeah, he ain't there, boy.
I mean, so here I'm thinking my buddy's piled up because I left him in the Hoppers.
Well, no, that's after you found out about the whole freaking curb stomping across the street.
Oh, yeah,
and shut Big Al's down.
I didn't
Lil
hear
Wayne and E Diddy decided to show up. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
so of course my wife, she's like, "Was his mattress in his room?"
There was a tiger in the bathroom.
She said, "Did they check the roof?"
chickens everywhere.
Little Carlos chilling over on the fucking couch.
Oh no, he looks like a Carlos.
So these guys got to really indulge in the city nightlife of Peoria, Illinois. I already did say next year I'm taking Thursday off, and I'm coming up on Thursday. So I get to partake in some of this Dollar Ultras. And
what name do you want? His is Dougie.
Bud, we bought 80 beers between Bill and I.
Not including what? Alan Brown, Rob,
Bud.
Steven. And...
When we first sit down there with Paul and them, I mean, like, it was already a full table, and then that gal came over.
That
and
cute little dancer was like, "You guys are unbelievable." I said, "Honey, we're getting ready to go have breakfast and have another beer." And she's like,
well, I mean...
"Did I come see you in the hospital?" Or?
No, I mean, she asked me. She's like, I gave her 50, and I said, go ahead and pay for that steak. And then she said, "Hey, we have dollar long neck night." And I'm like, excuse me?
What did you say?
Yes, no, I mean 110%. And I said, just bring back all 40 of those, that change. Just bring back 40 of them dudes and just set them right here.
So, dude, to follow up on that, remember I was right behind you when we walked in, you ordered that?
Yeah.
She asked me the same thing. I said, "Excuse me, did you say $1?"
Oh, bud.
She goes, "Man, your crew's really drinking them down." I said, "Honey, hell, we started about 9 o'clock this morning." She's like,
"Yeah,
you guys are unbelievable. Am I carrying you guys out?" I'm like, "Oh, no, just the only thing you're carrying out is about 4 trash bags full of beer cans."
Oh, dude. Oh,
it was a good time.
Yeah.
Like I said, next year I'm going to get to partake in a little bit of that extracurricular activity.
But thanks to Kelly Hewer, she got on the horn.
Oh, bud.
She called the national-wide security system to find you, but here come Prince Albert in his little tufu hat when he walked in.
Anybody seen White Doug?
Doug walks in the door.
I'll be your White Doug. What I say?
He was prancing around his car. I'm like, "Princess, did you have fun last night?"
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, like, dude, I swear to you, and that's the same thing I told Kelly here. I was like, man, I said, I feel like that like, little kid, you know, that got in trouble. And, like, I'm almost
for walking off at the carnival?
I'm almost kind of like doing the walk of shame, kind of. Dude, I didn't even make it. Well, I went and visited with Kelly here. We got all that lined out. You know, I'm like, God, you have no idea how much I appreciate that. She made him get
on his phone and find the pine tracker. You know? She goes, "Next time we go to Derby, you come see me as soon as you pull."
Oh, yeah. No, she said, you are linking with me before we part ways. And, dude, Eddie Chick, he's like, "Fucking with them sluts." that was the words out of his mouth, man. I'm like, God damn. You know, I'm like, boy, this is dandy. You know, and then of course 2 or 3 other people approached me too, like, "Hey, Doug." You know, I'm like, oh boy,
yeah,
oh boy.
So the nightlife was great.
Oh, dandy.
Now let's talk about your weekend. You guys, I know you took off on Thursday.
Yeah, we should have Thursday.
How'd tech go for you?
Man, it was like I'll be honest with you, Bay Miller, it was that mixed emotion, you know, because the things that I did want to try, that I did call about, I got shut down on, you know, and I mean, I actually had ground to stand on, and I probably should have pushed it further than what I did. But at the same time, you know, whenever you stroll up to a show like that and you got 15 minutes of cutting, You know, it's like,
Eee.
oh, bud, it gets the old wheels turning. You know what I mean?
We
And-
should have welded just a little longer.
oh yeah, no, I mean, I was a mixed batch of emotions.
Like we
I
should
mean,
have like totally done a couple things that he wanted and pushed it.
Correct.
Like, we
I
should
mean,
have done that.
But other than that, dude, I felt good about it. Like, I'll be honest with you, I haven't felt that good about going to run a show in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just
It's called-
everything felt good.
Well, it's confidence. It's confidence
You
in
know?
your build. It's confidence in your approach of the show. That's the second one.
But getting lost did help too, I think. Just saying.
Here's what I'm going to say. I think it's the aftermath of getting lost, or the reasoning why you got lost, was probably a little bit of stress relief.
Mm.
You know, we'll put that there to keep the PG-13.
Oh yeah, no. I don't want to go.
We're not going NR or
Yep,
nothing like
I don't
that.
want to go
but,
graphic detail here.
guys, I mean, if you've got girlfriends or you're married, you know, that stress relief could be
a game changer.
It could
Turn
be.
your find it on your phone
A game changer.
or hit up at Kelly Years for you.
You know,
So tech went pretty well for you. I'm sure the 15 minutes of cut time for your to get your sheet, you know, like you said, that
Minimal.
kind of
it was just minimal.
that.
You know?
But that starts. I understand where you're saying, man. I'm second guessing because you know
Oh,
I'm
man.
sure there was dudes in that class that were cutting for an hour or two,
There was a couple. I mean, they were out there for a
I-
good 2, 3, 4 hours. I mean,
and it sucked balls because I mean I got Snapchat after Snapchat. I mean dudes are cutting shit in the rain. It rained its ass
the year
off,
before was snow.
and it was
Uh,
snow
It was
last year.
Yeah, no doubt, bro.
Oh yeah, no, we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sucked.
You know, so you go in, you draw heat 4, you have some familiar faces in your heat with you.
Yeah.
What I consider, you know, not best friends, but some pretty good buddies and a few acquaintances.
You know what I mean?
And like I told you after your run Saturday night, you know, I really praised you. You did everything the right way, minus transmission losing
We
reverse.
just gave out on them.
Oh yeah, no, I felt good. I mean, I went out there with full intentions of wearing the back half of that car off before I ever even really spun it around. And I mean, the only reason I spun it around was because, you know, if I tell you I'm running with you, then you know I'm running with you.
Mhm.
And there was guys that I was running with that, you know, had some cars spun around, and I had a shot. Well, I'm not gonna not take that shot.
Correct.
You know, and it worked out in everybody's favor. We did play some teamwork together, and I mean, that's where I stand. I'm not all about that. I don't know what you'd call it.
Politics.
Well, politics, but then, you know, if I say I'm running with you, I'm running with you.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to just hear those words out of your mouth. I want to see an action behind
Correct.
those words. That's my thing.
And then you're stuck in a corner getting left out to dry.
Well, and
You
it
know.
was that time. You know what I mean? It was that time, but at the same time, you know, I would have went down and tried to do something if I could.
Correct.
You know,
Yeah.
but like I said, it was that time. Other than that, though, I mean, I was super stoked with the way the ass end held up. I mean, that thing was, I mean, that's about wedding dick hard in the ass
It
end
was,
now.
yeah, and I told you, you know, a lot of those 45 shots, you'll see a lot of those guys where the pillars come in. That one didn't do any kind of funky shit. That just kind of rolled at the top and tucked up real nice. I know Steven said that he looked at it, had some rails wiggle a little bit, not horrible, but a little bit of dog legging, I guess.
God damn, when you got PJ Snorer driving up into your shit 3/4 track, but
Well,
I mean, I think things are gonna wiggle just a little bit. I mean,
Is that when your goggles went up in your helmet?
dude, I like. God damn.
Was it PJ? Because PJ's known to do some.
I think
Oh,
when
bud.
Sam Van Dal did it once, and then you did it again. It was PJ the second time, I think. I was watching you.
Well, no, the only time that I was digging my glasses out was whenever Snorer come across there at fucking 3/4 track, and I mean, you know, dude, everybody can sit there in the situation and say this is what they do, this is what they do. Well, whenever you got 600 or 700 horse screaming up your backside from 3/4 track, you know.
It's a different feeling, ain't it?
Well, I mean, you literally have a second, maybe two, to make that decision, and then that's the decision that you ride out.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
like it's not this play, rewind. You know, you get one shot and that's it. And you know, I mean, I decided to ride it out, and I'm going to back into him. You know, I mean, if I was to take it, hell, he could push me out of the arena. You know, I have no control. So, I mean, just trying to keep a grip on that control, you know, during all this.
That little control.
Oh, yeah, very, very little.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're fucking packing around a 5,000-pound car.
Oh,
and you packed him around for a good solid minute or two.
I mean, hung up there.
Like, yeah. And just trying to keep that solid train of thought and keep things rolling.
Not let him lose too much. But
well, I mean, dude, he's already. It's very clear to see what's going on in that situation. You know, I mean, all bullshit aside, I mean, it's clear to see what's happening there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how are you going to adapt to the situation?
Ride it out. You made the choice, so whatever choice
you know,
it's like life. Whatever choice you make, you're gonna have to take the repercussion of that choice.
You gotta live with it.
Whatever comes with it.
I do not like to break my stick.
But you know what? I preferred. I like the choice you made. You preferred to give him the ass end instead of your front end. Any Derby driver would agree with that across the board.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, I shit you not, fellas. Whenever I came through the tunnel this time, I didn't even know what that feeling was like.
Did you have brakes?
Oh yeah, no, I had brakes.
He didn't kick me in the nuts when he walked in.
In the nuts this time.
I was hoping I didn't jinx anything, but
no, it was all functional. I mean, dude, the car was right. Dude, Jake Reed, man, I'm telling you, that little motor that I had him put me together, dude, I love it. I mean, dude, shit happens, boys. You could have bought a $2,000 transmission, had the same trouble as same transmission as I got from Jake Reed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hands down, 100%.
Could have been anybody's name on it, yeah.
Dude, it's just one of them what ifs out of many. You know,
million.
Oh, bud.
But you know, your heat, you had
it was not easy.
Cake Stool,
Yep.
Sam Bando,
Yep.
Eddie Chick,
Yep.
Teddy P, you,
Snarl,
PJ.
Yeah.
You know,
1 and 4 was. I'm not taking nothing from the other fellas in the other heats, but 1 and 4 was, I think, in my personal opinion, was the toughest.
Three was pretty fucking nasty.
It was nasty. But I knew 1 and 4 was going to be wild per se.
Yeah.
Like, it was going to be like, okay, like in a drop of a hat, this is going to be who do we watch and how fast it's going to be done.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that from the get-go in my interview with Derby Steve. I mean, dude, I don't know if he was more excited to do the interview or if
he's a cool cat.
Oh no, he was. He's like, dude, you are really stoked to be here, aren't you? And I'm like, you have no idea, bud.
Your experience, you know, we talked after Whiskey City last year. You took a stock build. Shit luck.
Oh,
you did a PJ. You run up on the ass of somebody, and then a couple decided to run up on the ass of you. Dump the rails straight to the dirt.
He couldn't get off of them last year.
Yeah, you were hung up.
I did the ass end myself though too. I hit a car that was way too low. I was reviewing video, and just for anybody else that's out there listening, dude, those cars that are 6 inches off the ground, if you hit those with your car that is not 6 inches off the ground, it is easier for your frame rails to go to the fucking dirt than what it is to try to stay straight.
But that was also your first big show you had.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean,
so the nerves were flowing, no brakes. You had bad luck. I mean,
it was. There were several variables, but I mean, like this year coming back with that experience,
I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in 10 years. I bet Derek George hasn't smiled like that going to Derby. He felt confident with that car. 100%.
It was a good ride. I mean,
no.
And that's that is just a stepping stone for June, because you are going to Pecatonica.
Oh yeah, we're going to party again.
I'm going to tell you, there's not a Big Al's.
Damn it!
In Peck.
So can you be like a Randy?
Hey, well, now here's the deal.
Can you beat Black Doug?
Well, we're gonna fix Big Al's here. All right, you got me.
We may bring him along with us.
Now here's the deal, dude. There's a platform on the front of my toy hauler, and we're in the process of making a stripper pole that will bolt Dude, it's going to be ball bearinged and everything at the bottom. So any of you ladies hearing about this massacre that's getting ready to happen at Petonica, just be ready. Bring your thongs and
come by the old Bud's camper.
I'll have a change machine right there. So I mean, it'll
Old
be
Bud's Ultimate Derby Midwest Massacre Toy Hauler Stripper Pole.
Oh yeah, it's the PS 4500.
The old Jenny.
So, you got through it. Like I told you, the car looked like it held up really good. Shit luck.
Yeah.
We don't like, we've always said that equipment failure sucks.
Oh, no.
It's a little bit different if, you realize you stepped on your dick or something like that. But you didn't.
Mistake,
yeah, but there really wasn't a mistake made.
No, he drove. I think that's out of my eyeballs. That's probably the best I've seen him drive, other than one other time in his whole career of derbying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told him, we pep talked to several times. I was like, George, just go out and drive your game, bro. The kid knows how to do it, and he's done it, and he's every year he's gotten better and better. I said, this is your time. Show him that you can drive the way you drive, and that's what he done. 100% across the board. If the train, I'm telling you right now, I think my money was on George in the top 3 if his training wouldn't have went out. I mean,
yeah.
I think he would have been right there battling for something, I mean,
I don't even know
his
how to
turn's
explain
coming.
it.
I mean, it's coming. I think the luck will swap on you, but
Oh no, it's coming. It's hard work with anything.
oh yeah,
Anything you ever do.
Yes.
Money can only take you so far. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just the true fact
I
about
think I
life.
told that lady
Correct.
at Big House that.
I mean,
I got smacked.
just like anybody else. I'm trying to remember. I think I was talking to Rob Hewer one time, and I think he told me it took him 7 years.
His first W.
Yes.
The hardest, I mean, it's in any sport.
I mean, it's
the
no
hardest
shit.
one was the first one.
That's
look
what he
at Josh
said.
Reinhardt when you almost won California. What, last year, year 4?
Year before.
Reinhardt's been running since we were kids.
Oh yeah, no, that was his first W.
He's had Mad Dogs and seconds, and
I got
here
to
he was.
announce that.
I finally got the dog off my back.
Oh my God,
I got to announce that.
You did.
He was there.
Yeah, you and Cody Hendren were like nose to nose for a minute, boy.
He got drove up in the ass of that one, too.
I thought, well, let's see how this plays out. Whoa, whap! I was like, well, that took about 6 fucking seconds.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't just have one to deal with.
You had 4 or 5, something
Well,
like that.
I had 2 solid, consistent players, and I was like a fucking pinball machine. If it wasn't this one, it was that one.
Yep.
And then if it was this one, then this one was getting ready for when that one left.
No, you had your hands 100%.
I mean, good Lord, dude, that little 307, I don't know if that sumbitch seen under 5,000 RPM for fucking the first 9 minutes, bud.
You had her wide open.
Holy
It was a good show. That was the
smokes.
first time I'd ever been to California, and I didn't think I was going to be much of a liker of the Oval.
It's badass, ain't it?
But, yeah, I mean, they...
Cali's always been one of the bigger shows around
Yeah.
that area. It's like a renowned
And big track.
show.
Oh, it looked like a big son of a bitch.
Big track.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what's crazy is, dude, Reinhardt that night, dude, I was so stoked that he won that show.
Mhm.
I got out of my car, dude, my header's laying over my carburetor. Fucking, I mean, shit all fucked up.
Oh, you're about to go straight to Skiles.
All fucked up.
So was
I mean,
he, though.
Dude, the cost list to replace shit was endless.
Oh, yeah.
And I got out and gave him a big ass hug, and I'm like, dude, I am stoked.
Yep.
Like, this is so badass that you took first, I got second, but I shared this moment with you.
Correct.
You
know
got
what
the
I mean?
monkey off your back finally.
Yep. I don't even give a shit about winning. I was more happy to be there in that moment, and only against him, on the track.
Mhm.
We made it down dude, it was like 40 some cars. That
Oh, yeah,
night.
there was 40 plus that night.
I mean, it was like
good
a
show.
feature of 27 cars.
Yeah, it was a good show.
I mean, it was a pretty good sized deal, but
And, we've talked in other episodes that, the big shows are the way of the future. Just for the simple fact that a lot of guys are so over beating the shit out of their buddies.
yes.
Whether it's Eldon, whether it's here in Madison, whether it's P Hill, anywhere. I mean, you most of the time guys aren't going by themselves. We understand that.
No.
You'll never get away from it.
California, it was you and Josh, and I think there was T Wood with you? Was Terry?
No. No, Tommy didn't run either, I don't believe.
No, it was you.
Or no, Tommy did run.
Tommy-
He had that black Lincoln that
Yeah,
too.
Tommy,
that's
Josh, and him, I think was who.
Yeah, so there was you three, and it did come down to, you and Josh. I mean, I've seen it here in Madison. Hell, it come down to you, and I think first time I ever saw you run over here, you ended up getting second.
I got third.
Third.
Yeah, I was just showing Bill, Steven Adams, he was doing commentary in the back there, and we got it all. Like, oh, yeah, no, it was funny. Is there even bumpers on these cars? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going. I mean, oh, yeah. And, I mean, that was just, hell, I loaded the car up, man. Came up here all by myself. I didn't know a soul.
Mm-hmm.
You know, showed up, got my car teched, and went out and partied.
Which is rare because, like you know, Derek touched on, normally when you go, it's 3-4 buddies with you.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
You go party, and you just like, the odds are against me, I'm taking it. That's what I love about you.
Usually when I show up to the show, like literally, I mean, I'll show up by myself 9 times out of 10. I very rarely ever talk to anybody. And for some weird reason, I have 3 to 5 guys every show that I go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's fine. You know, a challenge is acceptable. I like a challenge. That's anybody in life that is getting anywhere likes a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I like these bigger shows because everybody knows what they came there to do.
And you
You
don't
know, there ain't any
them.
of this. There ain't any of this bullshit of, you know, well, I know you and I'll see you around this, that, and the other. Dude, we all built these professional cars. We come here to do one thing. We all showed up here for one reason.
And 3/4 of them you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
I
the
mean,
cool part
that
about it.
too, but I mean, everybody is pretty much on a professional level. You don't see everybody flipping each other off. You don't see, a bunch of nonsense. Everybody is professional. Tech is professional, through and through. And it's a level playing field. So, I mean, there's really not much you can say at the end of the day whenever you get out and you just got your ass whooped by old boy other than, well, I didn't drive my ass off.
Correct.
Or I took a bad shot. I mean, the field is pretty level, and that's what I love about it. There's no favoritism. I mean, you are very close to the
And
same
how much
car that's
is
beside
your
you.
learning level when you leave a big show?
Oh, my God.
I mean, next level up.
Like, man, I kick myself over stupid stuff like this transmission deal. Because, I mean, dude, I had the mindset, I had the car, it was almost there.
That was just bad luck. I mean,
Well,
had
no, it
nothing
is
to
what
do
it
with
is.
Jake had nothing to do with it. It just happened.
Nope, yeah. I mean,
That's part of the gig.
that's it. That's why I said all them what ifs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 1,000 of them.
Oh.
You can pull the car. You can go to pull the car onto the track. Training goes out, just like old boy that was in tech,
Mm-hmm.
changing the training out. They voted him. Should we let him or should we not? Well, I mean, if you're just gonna change the training, well, I say we let him. I mean, fuck, he came all the way here. Just like
That's
all the
Dylan.
rest of
Yeah.
us. And as long as he does it right there, yeah, dude, game on. Get it
Yeah,
done.
it did in front of God and everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
there wasn't no welders going on or nothing like that. So, well, guys, we did say earlier we was getting somebody on the phone. So,
The bearded wonder.
yes, he
Oh
is.
my gosh, here we go with the white Doug shit.
He is ready. So, we will be back with my counterpart here in just a
Here
second.
we are with the white Doug.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have my counterpart over the phone since he could not be here. So we're going to let Steven hound these boys a little bit, and I'm sure they're going to hound him back a little bit too. So what's up, Hooker?
Go Bud, what's up?
Listen here, bearded wonder. Old Bud's podcast. Come up here to see the infamous bearded wonder, Steven, and we're over a phone, but we let it slide.
It is what it is, man. I've been gone for fucking 3 weeks trying to play catch up around this bitch.
Oh, that's understandable.
Got home from Whiskey City, washed my clothes, threw the motherfuckers back in the suitcase, and went straight back on the road to Tulsa.
Yeah, you've been busy the last 4 months.
Yeah, but it's all about to come to an end.
Good deal.
About to be working at banker hours.
Well, that's where George is at most of the time.
That a boy. That a boy.
Well, I'm just telling you, I wish I was there because I've got some questions. Don't twist your teeth.
Oh my
Oh, I
God.
knew it was coming.
Oh shit, I mean,
You got questions for White Doug?
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying that motherfucker pulled a Houdini. Had half the fucking headsman looking for him.
Dude.
We had the national security people looking for him over the country.
Shit, I was looking under cars at that point.
Look.
I don't know where he was.
Dude, I'm telling you, Steven, I had no idea that there was so much love, dude. Like, dude, I walked across the parking lot whenever I showed up the next morning. Dude, or afternoon, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, it was 2 in the afternoon.
It was not morning. Let's put it
Okay.
that way.
Well, I mean, I went and showered after the fact, boys. I didn't want to show up to, you know. Okay, well, anyway, dude, I had no idea. Like, I grabbed my helmet and my jacket out of the truck, and I'm walking across the paid parking lot. And, dude, I have, like, 3 people that are like, thank God, man, everybody's been looking for you, you son of a bitch. You know, and I've never met these people a day in my life. I had no idea who they were. Oh, it was a deal.
Well, I had the fucking helicopter out for a minute.
We had drones and shit looking for
Bud.
White Doug
We
on
were checking
rooftops.
the rivers. I mean,
Dude, I heard Kelly Hewer was, I mean, Uber ain't got shit on her. Uber ain't got nothing,
No,
bud.
I'm telling you that the first place I looked, I was like, fuck is in my shower. So I went straight to the hotel bathroom. I was like, I didn't bring it home in my pocket or something.
Oh, man. Oh, man. You got me mixed up with Chow. Okay, I'm White Doug.
was there a tiger in the bathroom?
Dude, chickens everywhere.
Well, what I'm saying, I mean, everybody had a good time. We lost twisted teeth for a second. But, I mean, honestly, all in all, dude, I had a fucking blast out there.
Oh, man.
We can't wait to go back.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's your
Well,
expected?
I've already been making phone calls. I'm trying to get a spot at PAC.
The hell yeah, you are.
Oh, Petonica? Pecatonica?
Yes, sir.
I'll be there.
Tell them about the.
I'm going to try to. I'm sick of fucking losing. I'm going to keep going until I do something.
Well, he's bringing a toy hauler. He said he's bringing Big Al's to Pecatonica. They're mounting a bearing-based stripper pole on the platform of the toy hauler.
We're going to need security, Steven, so that's why I was...
Fuck that. Not that bit stationary. I'll bring talcum powder.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
We'll make these bitches work for their money. I'm only calling.
I told him to bring.
No disrespect there.
Just because you didn't know their names.
That's exactly right. I mean, I wouldn't call them bitches if I knew their name.
Well, I mean, dude, Ferrari, you thought she'd be faster, you know?
Porsche, you thought she'd be a little sleeker.
Big Al's Speakeasy 2.0 is what we're talking.
But I'm telling you right now, that was hands down, dude, the best, I think, strip club experience I've had. I mean...
Well, it was honestly one of the best restaurant experiences I've had.
Dude, that
steak's
steak,
fire.
oh my God. Drunk or not, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, that some bitch was fire. But
Just like I said on Hard Nose whenever we was out there recording at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, I said, where else can you go get an $8 steak, $1 beer, and see a butthole for free?
Apparently, George was seeing his own.
I'll tell you literally.
Yeah, he was key-hopping in a fucking hotel room somewhere.
You know what I told him, Steven? I said, bud, next time give us a text message. And of all things, you bring the pussy from home. I said, hell, bud, all you had to do, tell me you had crabs from next door or something. We would have been happy with it.
But I didn't ask for
You
a $5
didn't have to come
passenger.
completely clean on that one.
I mean,
He did come clean. I'll give him that at least. He did come clean.
well, yeah, bud. I didn't come to a derby to try to hide anything, bud. I was just trying to get my mind right.
Stress release.
Well, fuck, I would have jacked you off in the parking lot for $20. Nobody would have been looking for it.
Well, goddamn, that's the thing. I wasn't out of pocket any money, bud.
No, but we all thought you got your ass beat. Then whenever we found out you didn't, you about got your ass beat when you got back.
No, I know. Like,
That's what I was telling him. I said,
Man.
man, you'd be better off telling us you went over and got crabs last night than tell us
Like-
what you did.
oh my gosh. Oh no. I trust me. Like I said, dude, I seen Eddie after I put my helmet and my fucking jacket in the car, and he's like, fucking sluts. I'm like, dude, I just couldn't help but laugh. But then I still felt like a little kid doing the walk of shame, you know? Fucking everybody and their brother looking for me. Where the fuck's Doug?
We sent him straight to Kelly Hewer, if that tells you how it went down.
Well, and rightfully so. Mommy Hewer deserved to have her talk with him.
Oh, bud. No, we're sharing locations at Petonica just in case. Like, as soon as I get there, she already told me, you're going to check in with me. We're going to link phones. I'm going to know exactly where in the fuck you're at. We're not having this issue again.
Well, we'll just put one of them radius collars on you.
Fuck you, bud. I ain't trying to do this shit. You motherfuckers be thinking it's funny and trying to shock me while I'm out there driving. Be like, watch, he's going to go left. God! Told you. I mean,
Well, it may keep y'all fucking PJ Star next time.
hey, look, if I remember right, dude, I was the receiving end.
No, you started that shit.
I bumped him backing up. That was it. I did what every
That's
other
all
derby
it takes.
driver was doing.
Hey, I talked to him the next morning. That dude is a ticking time bomb. He's just looking for something to hit.
Facts.
No, I think he made that pretty clear.
Dude, you didn't even know it, but PJ drove up on his ass so far he ripped George's roof sign.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He's
man.
known for that.
Oh,
He's known
bud.
for- I hate to say it, but he's not the first one. George is not the first one to receive something like that.
No.
Well, you know, I felt pretty good whenever the old car handled fucking 3, if not 4 shots like that, so.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the coolest part of that whole deal was whenever you all fist bumped and then he drove off.
Oh, the crowd was
Oh,
nuts.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, I was like,
Everybody loved that shit. I mean, like that right there is the showmanship in this sport that everybody loves.
Facts.
well, I didn't know whether to take that good or bad.
Am I going to get drove up on again?
No, that's kind of what I was thinking, and then I'm like, dude, I have no fucking reverse, and I'm up against this dirt mound. I'm like, what do we do? So I
All
just,
right, did I just fist bump my fate, or is he done with me?
yeah. Well, I mean, I was just like, man, I seen his arm come out the window, and I was like, you know, right on, man. You know, I mean, I'm having a blast. Well, I didn't know whether to take that as good or bad.
You should have flipped him off.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, right? That'd have been a fucking. Oh yeah, hey, can we get the wave going in section 101 and just stop over here in 102? Like,
White ducks in hell.
no, here he comes. All the way around.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it was a riot though, man. I had a blast, truly. I just wish the old reverse would have held up a little bit longer.
no, that's what I said. I didn't really want to end up on the dirt, but it is what it is.
Oh, dude, you were mad stroking.
Oh, dude, like, no, you did what you were gonna set out to do. I mean,
You made it
Yeah.
clear.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and all that shit squawked. Tell me and then talked about it after the derby. And we're all good now, but like I said, that's not where I wanted to stop.
Right. Hey, I'll give you, Steven, a lot of people pick on you about them old Mopars, but, bud, you got that one right in the front.
Well, I mean, it was the cleanest car I've ever owned in my life. I mean,
Right.
probably cleaner than any daily driver I own.
He ain't bullshitting.
All right. No, I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, like, I was highly impressed. I loved your car. Like, mad props, hat off. That thing was wedding day card in the front. I'm not even going to play.
oh
It's, I mean, I went out whenever I got back Thursday night. I went out there Friday while the kids were at daycare and my wife was at work, and I was
See the
just kind of
damage?
fucking around. I wanted to go out there and look at it, and I went out there and ended up grabbing the old portifier. Hell, she's straight, and all I got left to do is tack the front fender back on where I pulled the core support out, and it's ready to go.
Now, can you take that to Pecatonica, or you have to build a new one?
I ain't doing that no more. I'm not going to any more big shows without being in a fucking old iron GM.
You don't have any of them.
I do now.
Oh, God.
Oh, we'll save that. Oh, bud.
I bought a 73 Impala the other day.
You have to excuse my Michelob Ultra for being so loud.
I think that's the third or
Is
fourth
that for
crack.
Steven? Is that beer for Steven?
A 73, you say?
Yeah.
So, I mean, are we buds, or?
Yeah, I bought a 73 Impala the other day. It's a cherry bitch.
Hell yeah. Hopefully you get to bring it to Peck. I mean, check out the
Yeah, I'm gonna go waste this $1,500 car to try to win 2,000. It'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
No, it's 20,000. Bud.
Not for
No,
him.
not my class.
Oh, what are you, bone stock?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sorry, dude. Let me apologize. I had no idea that we were in two different classes, Steven, so you'll have to excuse me. Oh.
No, I'm the guy that likes to spend all the money and not win anything.
So we can be buds.
Hey, make sure you save that for the Poon Slayer party.
4,500, bud.
The 4,500 Poon Slayer over on the stripper pole.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna bring the powder with me in the car, and I'll just drive over there after they push me off the dirt after they eat.
Well, I mean, no, I'm thinking about getting a change machine, like in the whole bit. Like, I mean, we're gonna turn this some bitch up. Dude, Sam Williams said it himself.
Like an actual, like a coin machine, so we can make it hail on whores.
Well, I don't want to be entirely disrespectful. So, I mean, I figured we'd at least...
Again, I'm only calling them whores because I don't know their names. That shit spins the same.
Supporting single moms everywhere.
Mills drove us to do this.
Oh, bud. Hot Mills.
Yeah.
And see, you could do a little double jeopardy on that deal. You could get you a Coinstar machine out there and get a little bit of money back when they're putting it back in the dollars.
Fuck that. I'm thinking Bitcoin, dude. I'm thinking Bitcoin, and everybody can just...
currency.
Well, I mean, everybody can just throw receipts.
I got all this Dogecoin I'm about to sling at you hoes.
Hope the wind's not blowing.
Well, fuck it. We might as well have a digital derby, too.
Oh, shoot. I want to upgrade to the hardest that there is. If we're doing digital, bud.
I got the hardest hard drive out here, boys.
Well, we know you've got just about a week left of over-the-road bullshit, and then you're going to be back to at home with Mama and the kiddos. And then we're going to get you off the phone and get you live back in the studio again.
Hopefully y'all have us back. We want to have him live. We appreciate y'all for letting us come
we'll
on.
have you guys
Okay, are
back
you live,
again
Dre?
this summer, probably after Pecatonica, and we'll go through a bunch of the local guys that we have
For sure.
that is going to be running up there. So,
Did you ask your old lady?
Hey, just to let everybody know, I am drinking a whiskey drink right now.
Oh.
we've just got a table full of ultras.
There you go. That ain't all bad.
Hey, can you run us a 12-pack by? Speaking of that.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll be your
Well,
right there.
boys, I appreciate you having me on, and I'm going to go back in here and throw these kids around, maybe smack my old lady or something.
There we go, brother. We'll
Yeah.
holler at you.
Love you, bud.
Don't forget to kick the dog.
Later, boys.
All
We'll
right.
see you.
So, yeah, he couldn't be here in person, but, we'll get him over the phone.
Hey.
I don't think he actually realizes that this is the Hard Nose podcast instead of the Old Buds podcast.
Oh.
You know, maybe you should have been a little more clear, I guess.
Oh, okay.
You know, dude, I can't wait for Steven to be home and get to enjoy that feeling and experience the whole family atmosphere versus out on the road, because you can't do shit.
No.
I mean, it just sucks, man. That
Yeah,
life, I've
yeah.
missed so much of my life working out on the road and didn't gain a damn thing.
Nope.
And it just ain't worth it, boys.
Other than the crabs.
Well, I mean, don't get me
You
wrong.
get those in Peoria.
If you're into booger sugar and big owls, but I mean, Peoria's where it's at. But I mean, just if you're gonna white Doug some shit, I don't suggest there, because I mean there was a body found in the river. Like, I mean, dude, it was a rough deal. Like, I had no idea that I'd put everybody into that
Like
much.
we were watching. The
Oh my
news.
God, dude! Like, I had no idea. I mean, no idea. Oh, it was rowdy. After the fact, I was like, man, I was feeling bad. You know, that's why I came to apologize to you, Tommy,
I'm pretty sure
Kelly.
I felt the worst.
I was like, good Lord. I was like, I had no idea that getting some booty was going to put me in this much shit.
So you have, we're gonna
Oh, yeah.
knock the check mark on the Whiskey City for you. We've said you've got Pecatonica.
Old
You
Bud.
are trying. Now, I do know on the Old Buds, I did hear that you guys, you want that golden ticket.
I don't want one bad.
You want Rapid City, South Dakota. That's where you want to go. That is your goal. So my question is, if for some reason you don't make it through Pecatonica with a golden ticket, will you try to hit the other shows for the qualifiers to get that ticket?
Nope. Got already airplane tickets. They're booked. Waiting on hotel room. We're going to watch. I mean, man, I'll just be honest with you. I mean,
It's a lot of.
dude, what I said during my driver interview, I meant every word of it. I mean, dude, I put most of that car together by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't tell you the hours I had involved in sitting back and looking at something before I did it. Tacked up, just thinking, you know, is this the best spot? I've never done this before, so I mean, that whole car was a fucking experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, plain and simple. Like, I've never had a car push back out. Whenever I drive, like, when I drove into somebody at one point, Bay Miller, I lost steering to the right. I had left all day. To the right, no, it was catching enough of the tire, it wouldn't, it pushed like a bitch. Well, I just so happened to cruise by somebody and they clipped me, and I'll be damned. Dude, the tranny straightened back out the whole bit. I was like, get out of here. And started wheeling around. I'm like, no freaking way.
Yeah.
And it was just, everything was an experiment. We're going to scratch a lot of that experiment. I'll be honest with you. Half of it didn't work out the way I wanted. But, I mean, you know how it is. You live,
Yeah.
you learn.
Stress is getting ready to start over on another one.
Yeah, trials and
know.
tribulations. So now you're going to be able to take of what did work for you for the same tech that you had for Whiskey City as you're going to have for Pecatonica.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, some of it will transfer over to the next car, but plate schematics and all that stuff, no. I mean, scratch it. Shit don't work.
Yeah.
It did some of what it was supposed to, but, I mean, when you get something that pushes 4 inches, like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, dude, the side rail on the passenger side, literally, it accordioned itself. It ate itself plumb over the top of the other metal. I mean, it's a sight to see, you know, and
Yeah.
we didn't know until we tried.
Yep.
And, I mean, that's what failed, but now if I don't make it to Pecatonica and get a golden ticket, Bill and I were already planning on going out and watching. I mean,
I think me and you talked on that, Derek, didn't we? Like, you wanted to fly out with us?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out vacation
Right. Either way,
time. Yeah.
we're all going to be there, no matter what. We've already decided whether we're hauling a car and we're going. Hopefully that's what we're having to do is haul a car. But either way, Old Buds will be in the house. Either way.
I mean, we're gonna go, and I mean, like, you know, I helped Dalen, Cody,
Mm-hmm.
dude, Gary Robinson, all them boys. I mean,
Hopefully we
they're
do.
gonna be out there for sure. And
Do they have a big house in South Dakota?
I don't
Do
know.
we have a
but
number to call?
I ain't trying to get lost again, bud.
Listen here, Doug.
I ain't trying to get lost again.
No, we're going to have your phone on this time.
But I mean, I'll go out there and help them guys. You know, just because we're going out to watch, don't mean I ain't, you know,
We
gonna
won't
lend
be
a hand
supporting.
for my hometown,
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah.
not hometown guys.
I mean,
but,
here, I'm just going to throw
you
this
know,
out here.
guys
you know.
I know.
I do announce a lot of shows around here, which I am, with the schedule that we have, I have downsized tremendously. You better not run at one of the shows that I'm announcing, because you will be announced White Doug Turpin.
No, that's fine.
I'm just
No,
throwing
that's
that shit
fine.
out
It's gonna
there.
make me want to come to one now.
Twisted
They're gonna be
tea
like,
like
God
that."
damn, his Turpin. It says Turpin on there. That's
203
George,
White
right?
Doug.
Be like, no, we got White Doug pulling out on the track. 203. Watch out, he might disappear.
And show up 14 hours later.
Look, he's in fourth place.
But I think Steven and I have been talking to the guys from the Nebraska boys. They're wanting to do a little collab type of deal. We're going to have to get them guys on before Border Wars. Border Wars and Pecatonica is the same weekend.
We got a bunch.
Dude, Tommy Stark and a bunch of guys from
All
back
the
home are going out there.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it was.
I saw the orange and white cars in the Capitol Mall.
Yeah, that's the Ray Boys.
Yep.
Yep, that's
And
the
they
Ray
were-
Boys.
They're all orange and
Yep.
white. So
Yep.
I
Man,
did
different
see that.
paint scheme, huh?
It is orange and white.
I mean,
so-
Border Wars is going to be just as good, I promise you, as
Oh, it's-
Pecatonica.
Oh, bud, it's
There's-
going to be rowdy.
If they're a big name driver, they're going to be at one of the two shows.
Correct.
I promise you that. Guaranteed. We already know that. We've already touched bases with a lot of them ourselves.
Yep.
Which, like the Pecatonica, however many they've got.
250 in that class, in the super stock class.
Jesus
250
Christ.
entries, running for $20,000.
And there will be heats.
But there will
Yep.
be now. This time you get top three and a Mad Dog, I believe.
Correct.
Touch bases with Sam. but
Correct.
yeah.
Yep.
Which we did hit off on that last episode.
Yeah.
How that ended up having to change.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
We were sad to hear that when we got to Whiskey City because I mean,
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
look how close George was. If he didn't, he would have had a shot at it.
I mean,
Case Doyle,
Yeah. Oh, Case is unbelievable.
Teddy,
Austin.
Stray.
Yeah.
You
All
know,
Missouri would have been going in
Cody.
Illinois. Yeah, I mean,
Cody and Allen would have been going with Dalen.
yeah.
Missouri would have been represented.
I mean,
in
like we
Gold
would have
Rush.
had. It'd been half the field. I mean,
it
every
would
bit
have
of
been.
that. I mean,
It would have been wow. But man, I hope Peck goes better for you. I'm not saying that Whiskey City didn't go good for you. It's just one of those malfunctions.
hopefully the monkey's off the back.
dude, it happens. Happens. If you get discouraged easy, this is not the sport for you.
Oh no,
No.
we said if you can't take a beating,
Yep.
this ain't
Oh.
the sport for you. If you're going for the money, this is
This-
not the sport for you.
Oh, no.
No.
You know, I won more money in a straight stock car.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that first year I came up here, I won almost $5,000 that year. Running
And that's
just
Yeah.
stock local shows. And, I mean, hell, one car, I won $2,000 with that car. And then turned around, had one I won 1,500 with. And
I
then,
mean, if that was the case, what's 1 second step off of that? How much other than Derbying, we do the whole. We've talked all night on the old buds. We do the UTV scene as well. You want to talk about dropping some money?
Well, them fuckers got a boatload in them things.
oh,
Dude, I have a stock machine. It's
stock
a
machine's-
missile, and I've got 30, 35,
Yeah,
and 38
I was gonna
wrapped
say
in mine.
30 G's for.
It's
goes quick.
nuts. I mean, he just got his done up. I mean, he dropped another 2,000 or 3,000 wrapped up in his little buggy. You know, I mean,
oh, it don't take long.
we
Those
just
things
bought a
are
toy
like-
hauler. We just bought a generator. So you want to talk about another
yeah.
drop of $8,000 and 10,000 that we dumped?
Oh,
So we're doing both all summer. So
I figured out real quick, if it is a motorsport, you better not be in it for the money.
no, you're
Period.
right. 100%.
no, you better be passionate and love driven, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the
I
thing
mean-
is, we love having a good time. Whether our shit, we break tie rod, trainees go out, take last plates. You know who we are when we leave. We're like, hey, we'll be there next
Oh,
week.
bud.
Yeah.
That's what we love to do.
Yeah.
We can die broke, but I promise you, Derek, one thing: they're gonna look at us and go, "Them guys brought everything they had, no matter what they were doing. They didn't care if they
Yeah.
lost everything they had, or they took everything and won everything."
I've always said, he who dies with the most money loses.
Facts.
You,
You
ain't
know-
gonna see a Brinks truck or a U-Haul truck behind your hearse.
Oh no, right,
Well,
right.
you know, and I want to say this too before I forget, but I know Filthies is not in the equation anymore.
Mhm.
But, like, if it wasn't for buying Steven's spot, you know, and having Rob Hewer approach me and say, hey, I can get you a spot, you know, I mean, I probably would have never went out there.
Yeah.
You know, and then after experiencing that one time, and
Oh,
even
it's
though
a
it
drug.
was,
Yeah.
no, I swear to you, it is. It's like a fucking.
It's like crack.
No, it is. I mean, I don't even know how to explain to you how. You know,
You
like,
couldn't walk away from it if you wanted to right now.
dude.
Facts.
Oh, even if I sold all my shit, I'd still.
Have a setup.
I'd find something here or there.
Correct.
But no, I do want to say thanks, Stephen Adams, for providing me with that spot. He couldn't make it, and you know that allowed me to go out and see what Sam Williams' show was all about. And I mean, I wouldn't have went this year if it wasn't for that spot. And now, I mean, this will be one show that as long as I can get on Ticketmaster and get a spot, this will be one show I will attend each year. And
Who knows? If they keep doing the gold rush thing, I mean,
well, it just
luck
sold
may
me.
rub off your back, and you
It,
your favorite show. Maybe it might all come together as one.
oh, it's gonna happen one day, old bud.
Um,
gonna
Yeah,
happen.
that's what we do, little bud.
It's gonna happen, bud.
I talked to a guy. They announced they weren't taking a team to Blizzard Bash.
Really?
And I asked him why. And he said, you know, we got so many people that help us and so many people that go out to support us. And he said, it's like we're fucking jinxed. He said, I don't know if it's Topeka. I don't know if it's the center. He said, we're going by the skin of our teeth to not be one of the first two teams out, to lose your national spot. Mm-hmm. And he said, it's just we go out and we suck. And they don't suck. It's just
It's bad luck. is what
bad
it
shit
is.
happens.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking a big show, I mean, if you don't have, it's how do you explain it? Like awesome luck behind you. You could be the best Bay Miller anywhere in the country. Back home, we'll say you're the best in your Arkansas. That's fine, whatever. But you go to any big show, that all went aside.
Oh, yeah.
You're like Bob. You're like Joe. You're the next guy down the list, man. Can you bring it with you? Absolutely. Some guys it works for them.
What's
You
Rob?
can have
What's Rob
thousands
say?
of the best shit in the world, but guess what? Your luck's not worth a shit.
You've heard Rob say it.
Yeah,
I'd rather
no.
be lucky than good.
Facts. And them boys have, over the years, have had tons.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't taking an inch from their driving. Them boys are top notch, some of
Oh,
the best
yeah.
in the country. They got the best gear and, motors and
Oh
whatnots,
no,
but
hands down.
they are top notch. They've had the best luck in the last 10 years that I've seen out of a lot of people.
Yeah.
That most don't get.
You know what, dude? I felt pretty good whenever Rob pulled me to the side and he's like, "Why don't you come out here and run with us?"
That means something when Rob.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's part of the reason I did it. And then when he said he'd get me a spot, Steven's got one. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go out and give it a whirl.
Yeah.
You know, just you don't know until you try.
Yeah.
Right. Whether you win, lose, or draw.
Right. Well, I mean, you know,
You knew going into it as well that you were going to get beat up the first time, no matter how you looked at it.
Oh,
I mean, he was going to take a beat down, no matter.
But-
Even if you would have won, dude, that thing would have been on one tire and the
Oh.
motor been carried off by a truck.
Shit would have looked like Dalen's.
Like, yeah, look like poor Dalen Browns. I mean,
Yeah.
they almost had to cut her apart and take it out. I
Yeah,
mean,
there was, without a doubt, that show had some serious jump made. Like,
Oh, dude, them Brown boys, every one of them Brown boys drove their ever-loving three-wheeled asses.
They can drive, but they
all
still
of
can't put
all
lug nuts on.
three-wheelers. I mean,
no,
they
you're
drove
going to take a
their-
dick kicking from Dalen from
I
that.
know
because
for a fact.
That had nothing to do with lug nuts.
They
It spun the splines right off the spindle.
Oh, yeah, no, it did.
And, I mean, it just exited the chat.
She gone. Imagine if he would have kept the front tire. Oh, what? How much work and how fast would he have done it? I mean, Dalen's like, he's
Oh.
right there in the top-notch stuff, you know?
oh, they
I have said on here, when I look back at Blizzard Bash, what them boys were in there compared to what I have seen them, and you guys have saw them at P Hill as well.
Oh, I've
You know,
seen
you're
some of
talking
the
a
national-
street stock. You're talking street
Oh,
stock
yeah.
and driving it forward like
They have
they
them
were
all.
in tanks.
dude, yeah.
So I told Dalen and Cody both, I said, if you guys would have drove like you normally drive, you would have won it. They said, what? I said, yes. I said, those
Oh.
guys were wanting a pity pat. I said, if you went out there and just overhauled the shit like you would
Start planning to beat.
a Tyler Hill or a Brock Hill or a Matt Neese or
Yeah.
Sean DeWitt,
Yep.
that would have been a game changer. And
If they would have drove their game like they normally drive. But I see why they changed it up. I get it. The format was a whole lot, little different.
I totally
than,
get it.
You know, Pete Hill, they know their shit's wet and dick hard.
oh yeah,
And they can drive to the floor all night long. Could they have brought this to this show? Oh, I think it'd have been game changing, like you said. I think one of them would have actually, like, all three probably would have won a heat. Like, you know.
yeah.
But they knew in their head, guaranteed, that it was a different format. We can't drive that hard because their stuff ain't that hard.
But at Blizzard Bash, it's really hard.
Oh, bud.
And I think if they would have drove at Blizzard Bash like they do at P Hill, I think they would have won the
Game
qualifier
changer.
at Blizzard Bash. I think they would have pocketed $20,000 and made it to the national side. Cody wouldn't have got broke off.
Oh, yeah, that was a little... but he got, you know, that got cleared pretty good, I think.
It did.
You know, he got what he wanted and got some of that
and,
away.
and respect to them guys, we gave that to him.
Right.
He knew it was...
Yeah,
Tim Jr. knew it was coming, so he was like, well, let's just...
Let's get it out of the way.
Let's do the dance right now.
Right.
And
Hell, he even went over and hit Cody first. I
He
think
did.
he's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to get the
Let's
party
do it.
started. Because he knew it was coming no matter how he looked at it.
Well, no, I mean, you can't run forever, bud.
No.
Let's just take it and get it over
There-
with.
When there's
can't.
23 other cars out there, you don't have that much room.
I think I overheard one of the guys talking over there by Cody's car, and supposedly Tim went over and told him, he's like, can you quit hating me now?
Yeah.
I don't know if Cody answered or not, but he's like, can you quit hating me now?
But, you know,
I think they squashed it, moved
They did.
on, moved
They did.
forward. And
that is
I
the
think-
good thing about this sport is a lot of times you can squash it when you squash it on the track.
Right. Derby related.
You know, Steven just said, you know, there was some shit going on, and they got that squashed. They shook hands, and
Right. It is what it is. They got it
it's
over.
done. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's done and over with. So,
Facts.
man, you've got Pecatonica next. I know that is what your major number one goal plan is. Are you going to try to hit any hometown stuff afterwards?
You know what? I'm just gonna be square with you, Bay Miller.
We got a lot of UTV shit.
All right. Well, I mean, I got one car that's completely ready to go. I have a very kick-ass neighbor of mine that has jumped on board with stripping cars. So my plethora of Lincolns and stuff down the hill, I just showed you. I mean, I've got them pre-packaged, you know.
They've got
Dude,
fucking Best Buy
Best
dates
Buy,
on them.
I mean,
So what you're doing is you're actually Best Buying dates to know which one goes get stripped first.
well, I mean, once they're stripped and they get the windows covered, I mean, they roll down the hill. It just all depends on what we got
Dougie
going on.
just kind of jumped on board. Guy's name is actual Doug.
Yeah, no,
His name is actually Doug.
this is White Doug, my neighbor.
I mean, he jumped on board with start
Yeah.
stripping them, so that now it's going to make life a whole lot easier for him per se because he's right there. But
Well, and I just
that's
Because
A
we've
week
all
and a
said
half.
stripping cars sucks.
that
like number 9 wire.
the
Hold
gold
on.
Lincoln I brought home the other day. I bought 4 more Lincolns from this feller that I bought that one from. So I've still got 4 more to bring home, and I don't know if they're all going to show their face this summer, but I don't know. Once Pecatonica's done, and you know, if we don't get a ticket, then yeah, I might just go balls to the wall. Might just say hell with it and throw 3 or 4 cars together. Might come up here with one. Might come. I mean, I've got 2 setups now. I mean, full setups.
Which we did talk to Joshua and Jacob. They jumped on board with the street stocks
Mm-hmm.
for not all of their shows, but a lot of their
Majority
shows.
of them, yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure that they implemented UD rules for
Yep.
that. So you're going to have something, if you
Sam
have
Williams
anything
rules.
left, you can pull it down, put you some plates on what you need to do, and then you can go finish them. Because we've said so many times, nobody wants to sit on leftover shit.
Well, it was hard. It was hard to run that car I took out there because I couldn't bring it here and run it with you guys because of frame seam welding and a couple other things, you know. And I mean, I don't mind to throw throw in the hours on a car, but it's just like whenever you got to take away from what you did with a car, you know, it's just like.
It's not like it's an eraser. It's
No,
not like
it
you
sucks.
can just fucking erase what
It
you
wasn't
Have
a
you ever-
5-minute deal.
You
It
ever
was like a
ground frame
3-week
seams?
deal.
I mean, for
sucks.
Pete's sakes, man, it just, yeah. And not saying you guys, you know, nothing bad about you guys, but, you know, when you're a tech, you want it to look a certain way. And, I
Mhm.
mean, that's the way you want it to look if you want to play. If
Yeah.
not, then load your shit. You know, I mean, it's pretty simple. And, you know, I wasn't going to grind all the frame seams, this, that, and the other. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even pull the bitch out. When I took it to California, I was like, I said, I'm loading this bitch up. We're going to take her. I didn't even pull it down. I mean, I wadded the ass up. That was all I did. Didn't add no plates, no nothing. And I met the Brown boys over there, and they gave me a little preview about what was fixing to happen whenever I got down to the old fucking.
You in on this?
Oh
or-
shit! Oh bud, yeah, they gave me a little preview out there in the middle of the track, and I was like, yes, I'm good, and I'm gonna run this thing one more time. So I broke my stick and got fifth or so over in California, and then, I mean, I just hate to take away from a car that I've built, you know, to a rule set, and then, you know, nothing about like. I wanted to come and run, but then, you know, if I would have showed up with filthy on the side of that car, then that would have been a whole nother can of worms, and I wasn't trying to bring that to your all's table at the same time, and
We know that can of worms really good.
oh, I caught a lot of shit when that car ran at J&B shows, bud. Do you know how much shit I caught for that? Like, they wanted to paint over the doors, and I said, no, sir.
I believe if we rewind and go back about 30 episodes on Hard Nose, Steven owes you a spot, bud, for running that.
Yes, he does.
No,
He
I'm
was sitting there.
I'm
He owes
aware.
you
I ain't forgot. Oh, monkey, don't forget.
he owes you an entry fee somewhere in the world, did he not say?
Somewhere, yes,
Even
he
Monkey
did.
You
White
said
Dog.
anywhere you wanted to run. So
Whether it's Dead Man or whether it's
maybe another big show. At least your entry's paid.
You know, I tell you, I think what we ought to do is do Peoria again next year, and we'll just put hard nose down the side of that motherfucker, all the way down the side of it.
all the way down the side. Well, we've
Yeah.
got this.
And then I'll take a road cone instead of having a unicorn. I'll have a nose.
Beaked out. Just beaked out. We'll paint it gray. We'll put some stickers on that
Put some
bitch.
hairs coming out of that son of a bitch.
Because we've got, I mean, we do have a sign guy that we do use religiously. Broadhead decals. I'm sure all I got to do is send a little message and he can get us some full size hard nosed door wraps. If you want to do that, I don't think
I'll
that'll
just
be
throw
much
her
of an
out there.
issue. Yeah, we could probably make that happen. So,
I mean, hell, if he's gonna pay for the spot, I might as well go ahead and get some real estate out of it.
that's right.
I mean,
We'll
I ain't gonna be
fill
that
that
much
bitch.
of an ass.
We'll fill that bitch.
I'd pick a big
Hell, I
show.
could put BMF down the side of that son bitch for
I'd
once
put
and
I'd
rock
go to
that,
a big show.
I mean,
Whisker Biscuit couldn't make it tonight to sit and talk with us, so I think he should.
I know he's chilling in his boots and his banana hammock out on his back porch.
Yeah, he looks like a small dog on a big chain. I mean, come on.
I'll tell you. Well,
Big
after
show.
his Big Al escapade, he's probably broke her in a tooth fairy and a meth house. Good Lord, he had mixies everywhere.
He did say he spent all the monies. He did say that. So
I know, poor guy.
This is what we're poking at him.
Oh no, he you know, if he would not have been on the phone, oh, you better bet your ass he'd have been across the table from me, like just,
Oh,
dude, he'd have been digging deep, and then when he'd see me whimper, he'd have dug a little deeper.
yeah.
I mean, who's your white Doug?
Ah,
You know, I mean, I guarantee you that's
But
just Steven.
we plan on doing this collab again, like Derek said, later on, probably in the summer
Oh, bud.
after Peck to get your. We'll get Steven for real on here, and we'll have us a good party
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh no, it's gonna be a good time. Thank you very much, Bay
Oh,
Miller, for
man.
having us, bud.
pleasure you guys coming and hanging out. Like I said, I wish you didn't lose reverse. And like I said before we hit the go button, I think if you were just 6 inches off that other bumper, you could have probably just drove
He
right
probably
around
would
it.
have still had the trophy in his hand while we're talking. Right
6
now.
inches pleases everybody.
He's only got 4.
Dude, you'd be amazed at what an extra half inch.
Ask White Dog.
We're talking about a button, bud. You just got to push. Oh.
Yes. So the next episode, we will have Steven back. He is not on the road anymore. So appreciate you guys coming and hanging out.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks, bud.
You guys got any last words?
Go
Yeah.
listen to old Buzz.
Yeah, I tell you right now, I wish I wouldn't have lost reverse.
Good on my end, brother.
No, we're all good. We're all good.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Make jump, boys.